Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today I have an interesting topic to talk about, and this is life-changing. This is something what we'll be talking today about will completely shift your life. Not immediately, but it will help you to make your daily choices more consciously, because we're constantly choosing. Have you noticed that each moment you have an opportunity to choose? Okay, will I waste my time right now, or will I do something that can actually help me to learn something new, to maybe to grow, or to recognize a pattern, or to heal something? Whatever or wherever we are, we constantly have opportunities to choose something. Like Greg Braden wrote in his book, The Divine Matrix, he wrote, ancient spiritual traditions remind us that each moment of the day we make the choices that either affirm or deny our lives. Every second we choose to nourish ourselves in a way that supports or depletes our lives. To breathe deep and life-affirming breaths or shallow. And to think and speak about other people in a manner that is honoring or dishonoring. So each moment we are choosing, and then the process of spiritual awakening or awakening of the true self is just an expansion of awareness of how we're choosing and how our choices affects on our lives and the lives around us, right? So today I wrote a quick message that every single day I share those quick messages on my Instagram page, AttractPassion. You can go there, check it out, give me a follow, you can write me a message if you have anything to share. Check it out. Today's message goes like that. One habit that can transform your life is asking yourself, does this support the life I'm intending to live? Does this support the life I'm intending to live? This simple but powerful question can help you align your thoughts, actions, and decisions with your goals and values. Set a challenge for yourself and start developing it from now on. If this resonates with you, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel because it helps algorithms so this message can reach more people. So it's all about a choice, right? And if we ask ourselves before we do something, often I mention to you to live more intentionally, but sometimes we don't know what it means. So it means that we ask ourselves, does this support the life I'm intending to live? Because we're living in a world of duality, which means that in each moment you have at least two choices in front of you. At least two choices. You can waste your time or do something that can help you to learn something new, right? In your free time, you could scroll on your phone or you could read a book, right? When you're in a certain conversation, you could be daydreaming and kind of wandering away, or you could be focusing on the conversation and recognizing what is actually happening. Wherever you are, you always have at least two choices. And if you ask yourself, does this support the life I'm intending to live? It will help you to make more conscious decisions, more conscious choices. Why it is important? Because our life is a product of tiny little choices we make on moment by moment basis. And most of our choices are our habits, right? We have habitual behaviors that we've developed through time, and the only way to break the patterns is to become more conscious of our choices and to recognize from what perspective we're choosing something. What are the beliefs in our background that are inspiring us to choose something? When I say, well, because I'm lazy, are you truly lazy or are you purposeless? Right? Are you truly lazy or you're lacking purpose in your life? And if you're lacking purpose in your life, it doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It just means that you need to pay more attention to what feels important to you. Like, how would you like to live your life? How would you like to experience your life? And what can you do about it? Because sometimes we feel we are powerless. Sometimes we feel like people around us are constantly pushing us down, pulling us down, or it feels like people around us are constantly competing with us, or whatever it is. You need to notice that all of that may be a reflection of you. And if you ask yourself, well, how can it be a reflection of me? You ask yourself, well, maybe you are pulling yourself down. Maybe you're not accepting yourself so much. Maybe you are competing with others. Do you feel like you're constantly competing with others? Do you feel like you want to prove yourself to somebody? Do you feel like you want to show that you're better than people think that you are? Who cares? Nobody cares how great you are, right? That's something that we need to notice for ourselves. Nobody cares how great we are. That's something we need to discover for ourselves. You need to know your own worth. And that's the only thing that matters. Nobody cares how great you are. Nobody cares how rich you are. Nobody cares how broken or broke you are. Nobody cares what kind of problems you're dealing with. That's why you need to firstly accept yourself and notice that you don't need to prove yourself to anyone. You don't need to be validated by no one. It will completely shift choices you're making in your life, because you will start making choices that are good for yourself, not to please somebody else. And that is a big challenge, because we are doing something new, something that may offend somebody, right? And that's why it may feel a bit unpleasant, like, oh, why? How can I do that? How can I say no to that person? Because actually I want to say yes to myself. And that's where we need to truly think deeply about what kind of life we are intending to live. Because it's not about reaching those results, but becoming the person we are intending to be. And that person is not in the future. That person is a certain vibrational fingerprint you need to tap in. So what does it mean? It means that when you notice what kind of life you're intending to live, you need to ask yourself, what kind of person can actually live that kind of a life, that kind of a lifestyle? Like, you want to be abundant and have or travel to beautiful places and have a job that you love and do things you're passionate about. What kind of person can have those things? If you study a little bit the habits of people, you will notice it requires a certain amount of integrity. It requires to embody and maybe become better in certain virtues that can help you to maintain that kind of a lifestyle. It requires a certain amount of self-control and self-confidence and discipline and mental health and a certain amount of forgiveness, so we can stay on that level of maintaining a lifestyle of doing what you love, traveling to beautiful places, maintaining a great financial wealth without overspending. For that, it's required a great amount of discipline and so on. And when we think about it, we notice, well, if I would have all those things right now, I would not be able to maintain them because I'm lacking discipline, I'm lacking a certain amount of self-control, I'm not truly virtuous, and I'm still blaming others for maybe my problems, right? And that's why you're not where you want to be. So to get to the level of where you want to be, you need to become that kind of a version of yourself. And I know you've heard that before, but what it truly means, it means that you tap into the energy of discipline, you tap into the energy of abundance, you tap into the energy of integrity, you tap into the energy of freedom. And you may be wondering, well, how to do that? Because it sounds interesting, but it just feels like it's not in my access. So energy is in access to everyone, because energy is all that is. And there are spectrums of energy, spectrums of frequency. The higher the frequency, the different the field of thoughts will be that we plug ourselves in. That's why when you're happy or excited, you think completely different thoughts than when you are sad and maybe anxious. So to get into the energy of where you want to be, you need to ask yourself how well you know who you want to become, right? How well you know who you want to become. Ask yourself that and write down what would be that ideal version of yourself you want to become, and be precise. What kind of habits you've kind of developed? What kind of mindset you have? What kind of virtues? Those are good habits, right? Have you have embodied? What are you standing for, right? What is your thing? How, like, if you would be looking at you from another perspective, how would you describe yourself in that certain potential future? Why it is important? So you can know what's the energy fingerprint of yourself, of that new version of yourself, why it is important. So when you close your eyes and you visualize that future self of you, that you can feel the energy, how would it feel if you would already embody those habits? If you would already be living that kind of a lifestyle? How would it feel like? That's when you start tapping into this energy. More you tap into this energy, more your energy field starts shifting and changing. And what happens when you tap into higher energy, it feels like you plug yourself to a greater field of thoughts, and you start receiving ideas and inspiration. And if you grab those ideas and inspiration, usually they come with a certain sense of passion. If you grab them and make something out of them, those ideas will be leading you and guiding you towards that future version of yourself. And for that, it's required a certain amount of work. And to do that required work, it's required discipline. Because discipline will help you to let go of the toxic lifestyle and embody more of order, like higher order, that will be leading you to where you want to be. You can't get there if you don't change something related to your behaviors, right? That's why this question, does this support the life I'm intending to live, is so important. But at the same time, we need to understand time here, because nothing happens overnight. Right? Nothing happens overnight, which means that we need to understand that when we start working on something new, like a change in a lifestyle to experience more freedom, it means that maybe for the next 2 years you will be working on this project, and you need to accept that, because only that way you can get to where you want to be. Things may happen sooner, but if you accept that for that it's required time, and if 2 years is required, it means that until now, to that future, between that process, you need to survive, you need to have a stream of income, you need to buy food and so on, right? So you need to plan those things, like how will you get yourself there? But tapping into the energy of your future is the most important thing, because that's how you start influencing the field, the quantum field that helps you to plug yourself to the right ideas, inspiration, and insights that will bring you to synchronicities in your life that will introduce you to, sometimes we may call them miraculous experiences that are like signs that you're doing the right thing, that you're actually walking towards where you want to be. But you need to understand that you're already where you need to be. So don't look on life like from a perspective of somebody who's in lack and wants something and is never satisfied. Because it doesn't matter where you are, you need to learn to be grateful. Because gratitude will help you to maintain that enthusiasm for being joyful about creating changes in your life. Because the purpose of all of that work is to learn and to gain new experiences, not just to make a change so we would finally be satisfied. We can't create a great positive change out of lack. We need to be so grateful that it's possible for us to create, that all those things naturally come to us, right? As fruits of our efforts. So we need to give something to get something in return, right? And more precise plan that you have for what you're intending to give, to create, to invest your energy into, easier it will be to walk that path. And sometimes what many of us are doing to pave the path. Maybe you're walking the path that no one before you has walked. So you're kinda the first one doing something big or doing something completely new. And that's why it's so important to understand the factor of time here. So develop the habit. Does this support the life I'm intending to live? Always ask yourself that. And then make sure that you make choices that will be good for you, that will be healthy for you, that will take you to the next level. My friends, I hope you found something valuable here today. I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and power. I hope you've enjoyed in today's painting. If you found it inspiring, go and check out our Etsy shop where you can find prints of my art, some of the original paintings, some stickers, some guided meditations. Check it out. Until next time, stay beautiful, stay creative, stay magnificent. One love.